you, Ms. Sudha. Our viewers are calling us this evening. Let me go across to Meenakshi dialing in from Bengaluru. Good evening, Meenakshi.
Good evening. I'm absolutely amazed at the kind of opinions that are coming from, people, the panelists or the spokesperson of various parties that are talking, and including the political analysts. There are three things here. First, I condemn the manner in which this gentleman has spoken in public to a woman. Now, putting that aside, that's for the party to take care of. What I am concerned is the fact that on the one hand, you have a no bindi, no business happening where people are stripped of their bindi and given a very weird look in the advertisement and forcing it down upon everyone. And then you have another scenario where the bindi is looked at as a regressive point of view, and it's being spoken of as, going back in the past, and it's a very regressive thing. I mean, there are women who love their bindi. I'm one of them. And
Yes.
I take pride in wearing a bindi.
To simply put it, Ms. Meenakshi, nobody gets to tell a woman whether she wants to wear a bindi or not, whether she wants to wear bangles or not, and whether or not she herself believes in the very idea of if that is reflective of if she's married or not. It's absolutely bizarre what we're witnessing in the country today. Thank you, Ms. Meenakshi, for speaking to us. We have Shankar calling us from Ghaziabad. Good evening, Mr. Shankar.
Good evening, madam. I want to be very brief. I want to ask this BJP spokesperson why she has come in TV. She says that she will. It depends on the national party, national spokesperson. She not a national spokesperson. She should straight away condemn. This is shameful on the part of BJP. Election Commission should also note, and the BJP should not give seat next time. It's totally condemnable, and this is in continuation of one MLA being caught with crores of rupees. It's really shameful. I'm a voter of BJP. I feel very ashamed. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Shankar, for speaking to us here on Times Now this evening. Kumaresh Trivedi calling us from Hyderabad. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, that main function of the member of parliament is to draft a law and to introduce a bill in the parliament to curb the mischief. But not a single MP of India draft a bill, introduce a bill. Instead of that, they are involved in all other jobs which are irrelevant for the purpose for which people send him and pay the salary. The speaker, honorable speaker, should take note of such activities of the MP, whether it belongs to X party or Y party, and that he should be terminated from the parliament. That I suggest.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Trivedi, for speaking to us and sending out your message loud and clear. Let me go across to Peep Kumar joining us from Gujarat. Good evening, Mr. Kumar.
Very good evening. I'm really felt very offended that this gentleman is talking like this thing. Few days back, we have seen in the universities when the students were forced to take out their Mangal Sutra and all. What the hell is happening? And Mr. Modi, before it is too late, he should put all these members for a skill development training, how to behave with the community. They should not forget that they are the people who have elected them, and they have no moral right to take this high ground and say what is they are wearing. Anything any woman wear, it is her personal choice and wisdom. Nobody should have power to make any kind of this unwarranted comments. I am really have this shocking incidents has come, and it is high time that Honorable Prime Minister should put this thing into perspective and take a good skill development training classes of this all the member of parliament.
Okay, most certainly do agree with you, Mr. Kumar, that strictest of action must be taken against this misogynistic neta. He must not be allowed to let off. We must not just make sure that this passes off as just another headline on just another day. Let me go across to Madhusudan calling us from Hyderabad this evening. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. It's the power which they have in their hand, and that's the reason they are talking like that. Every politician should have, ethics which they should follow. And the polity should be very, very clear, and they should never cross the line. Anyone crosses the line should be punished immediately by the party leadership.
Okay, we have lot of viewers today wanting to express their anger at what they've seen and how they've seen this BJP MP misbehave rather, with this woman vendor. We have Prema calling us from Bengaluru. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. My opinion is this is a very, very trivial issue. Compared to North India, South India still ladies or women take pride in wearing bindi, and you are showing only the person who is saying it. There should be a view of the lady who she could be having the pride. Maybe she hasn't put it for a specific reason or whatever. I don't think it's a very big issue, and we don't want people like Tanveer Ahmed who have their own problems in their community preaching us. He is not the right person to be interviewed as well. And in South India, we take privilege. We are very happy to wear bindi, and this is a very
no. I'm sure that is the case. I'm sure that is the case, Ms. Prema. But the fact here is that whether or not, and I repeat and I keep reiterating this because that's the only simple point that we're trying to make, whether or not she wants to wear a bindi or she doesn't want to wear a bindi is solely her choice.